Bitter criticism. Yesterday I didn't did this show because I didn't. I guess I will stop reading on the bus because that will make you blind. Being blind, dude. Being blind. What a bad trip. What a bad trip being blind. I'm not blind, but definitely if you read on a bus in the global south roads, that's it. You will get blind. But by now, also I was having I have to I'm trying to subscribe to a course, but I'm having a bad time because I need two recommendations. I need I was thinking a lot about that, about who I should ask for a recommendation, because in strict senses I have to ask on my previous course, but that's hard because I don't like them. I don't like my former college. So hard. Well, academy is so hard because you have all this. Toby, solid. Toby, you have a lot of trauma on college, you know. Oh, you have a lot of bad experiences because college academy is a bunch of stupid hysterical people, you know. This is like a mafia. Academy is just a mafia. Unfortunately, if you like academy, is the place you should be. Researching, you understand, reading articles. But in my case, it's being so hard in the global south. Anyway, July 19, Russia Today. No, I will read that regular article. Russian court jails American journalist for 16 years for spying. Wall Street Journal reported Ivan Gershkovich, the son of Soviet immigrants, was arrested in the Urals regions last year. He's an American, Ivan Gershkovich. U.S. journalist Ivan Gershkovich, accused of espionage, stands inside a glass defendant's cage during the verdict announcement at the Sverdlovsk Regional Court in Yekaterinburg on July 19. American journalist Ivan Gershkovich has been sentenced by a Russian court to 16 years in prison after being found guilty of spying. Friday's ruling comes after a trial held behind closed doors due to national security issues. The 32-year-old Wall Street Journal reporter was arrested in March 2023 in Ekaterinburg, the Federal Security Service (FSB) said the Federal Security Service FSB said he had information on a Russian defense enterprise. The Kremlin added at the time that he had been caught red-handed. What? Gershkovich family and work colleagues denied the charges and claimed he was instead conducting an ordinary journalistic investigation. His arrest marked the first time an American reporter has been detained on suspicion of espionage since the Cold War. Gershkovich has been held in detention throughout the investigation and trial, according to the Sverdlovsk Regional Court Press Service. He again denied any wrongdoing and at the hearing on Friday, quote, Gershkovich Ivan has been found guilty and given a sentence of imprisonment for a term of 16 years to be served in a maximum security colony, the presiding judge said while announcing the verdict. As cited by RIA Novosti correspondent, prosecutors previously demanded an 18-year term for the journalist, while the maximum penalty he faced was 20 years. According to Roger Carlson, U.S. Special Presidential Envoy for Hostage Affairs, Washington had previously attempted to broker a deal with Moscow for the release of Gershkovich, but had thus far failed to succeed in the effort. However, Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov said on Wednesday that Russia was considering a potential prisoner swap involving him and was in contact with American intelligence agencies. Yeah, I mean, if you do that, you will prove he is guilty. Oh yeah, look. Look, this news is what I always say, and then I will search for Timur Fomenko. But by now, look what just Tucker Carlson just said. It's just what I said. Look, July 19th, even a dead man could become U.S. President. Carlson, having the title of Commander-in-Chief does not make someone leader. The conservative journalist has argued. Having the title of Commander-in-Chief does not make someone a leader, yeah. Tucker Carlson speaks at the Republican National Convention, July 18. No, what I said, the Republican National Convention. So, Tucker Carlson is... He will vote on Trump. No, what I mean is that there's a lot of hypocrisy, you know. Biden pretends to be healthy and capable. People pretend to believe. Everybody knows Democrats, they are the deep state, you know. Every single American calculate, and every single American they think that it will be a good business to keep the war going as it's been, you know. That's why America it's an empire. You could argue that American way of life in 2024 is good or is nice or is not nice. You can argue whatever you want, but the question is, America made its bones by war. Nobody can argue about that, you know. If American way of life is good or is not good, America made its bones by war. America made its bones by war, by stealing, well, barbarism, the universal history of barbarism, of power and war. I said that this is not necessary anymore, you know. Sometime in the Middle Ages that was necessary. I mean, think about the Vikings or the barbarians, the Vandals, all the people who invaded the Roman Empire. If the Roman Empire even exists, isn't it? But this is just an hypothesis. Somewhere in the past, let's think about the Bronze Age people, the people from the sea. Let's think about people from the sea in the Bronze Age. In the Bronze Age, so those people were flying. They were shipping out. They were flying they were immigrating from Hungary, you know. They're for hunger. They were trying to survive because of hunger. Yeah, just like Latin Americans going to the United States, but the Hondurans, the Guatemaltecs, the Mexican going to the United States. They don't, and why these people are going there? Because the world is very, very different right nowadays. You know, back in the Middle Ages, those people, or the antiquity, let's say the antiquity, the people from the sea, the world back then was not controlled by a global system of economy, an economic global system, you know. So back then there was no way to survive, you know. People just perished, people just died, because of natural disaster, you know, because lack of water, lack of agriculture, lack of rains, you know. But nowadays that's impossible, you know. There's a lot of money, there's a lot of resources, everything is controlled. So nowadays politics is very important. And well, these people, these immigrants, these African immigrants to Europe, these Latin immigrants to North America, they don't need to, you know, they are migrating because of imperialism in the first place, you know. And is so sad, so ironically sad, that the North Atlantic Council on its YouTube channel, they said in one of those streamings, that in one of those seminars, the United States should not give more aid, you know. The United States and Europe should not give more aid. Well, they are stealers, they are barbarians, you know. They are always preventing the Central America, Latin America to develop, you know. That's the whole truth. Well, by any means, under any measure, there's no need for war in 2024. That's it. Even taking the global north away from the analysis. Global South people should ask for aid to China, you know. And well, everybody knows imperialism is not a necessity, you know. It's not a necessity, it's just grief. It was just grief since, I don't know, since Roman Empire. Since Roman Empire and on, you know, and that's it. Just grief. Well, I will read this Tucker Carlson article. The US political system could be manipulated to such an extent that even a dead person could become president, journalist Tucker Carlson joked at the Republican National Convention on Thursday. The former Fox News host, oh, he worked for Trump. The former Fox News host has touting former President Donald Trump, who is now the Republican Party's official nominee for the November election, as having the necessary character to unify the American people. Surviving an attempt on his life earlier this month has turned Trump into a true national leader, Carlson believes. Quote, just because you call yourself the president does not mean that much inherently, the journalist said. I can call my dog, yeah, I can call my dog the CEO of Hewlett Packard. It doesn't mean she is. Well, I guess Tucker Carlson is watching me. Well, thank you, Tucker Carlson, because Tommy over here, Tommy, I guess Tommy could have American citizenship. What about that? Looks like a pit bull. He's an American pit bull. Tommy, you will be the American president. No, but you know, I guess Tucker Carlson is wrong, you know, because, and we know just by this exercise we understand why Caligula nominated his horse for the Senate. Isn't it? Because yeah, this is this is just an allegory. This is an allegory. That means that it doesn't matter, you know. It doesn't matter if any politician is formally a politician or not. Like Tommy, for example, Tommy or anybody, you know. Oh, because of deep state, you know. Biden, I guess Biden in this, what Tucker Carlson is saying, that is Biden nowadays is a unable person, is like crippled, you know. People will say that he's a zombie, he's dead. Anyway, the question is, well, I guess that's ontologically, that's the ontology of politics itself. The modern state, or even you know, it's very, very hard I have zero idea since when. Maybe in the Middle Ages again, the king was an important figure, because definitely he has a lot of autonomy and so on. But even then, the president maybe was controlled by the queen, you know. Who knows? Controlled by anybody. So power is very complex, you know. A president, a king, they are always controlled by the group, you know, by a sector of society, not just in the United States. That's in general. Power is not simple, you know. So the modern democracy is absolutely allegoric, you know. It's allegoric, it's not real. Anyway, but yeah, there's place for talented people that can control the masses and large amount of groups, and well, but what I hate the most is the Democrats, because the Democrats, everybody knows that they are absolutely fake, you know. They pretend to be humanitarian, they pretend to be leftists, they pretend to be humanistic, you know. But they are not. They are just genocidal. They are just barbarian. They don't even care about the war itself. They just care about producing weapons and destroying weapons. That's the only thing they care about. And they care about oil too. Anyway, quote, just because you call yourself the president does not mean that much inherently, the journalist said. I can call my dog the CEO of Hewlett Packard if it doesn't mean she is. Oh, she has a female dog. Quote, you could take, I don't know, a mannequin or a dead person and make him president, Carlson added. That is theoretically possible. With enough cheating that could happen. Yeah, yeah, definitely. The cheating is there. I mean, in the Democrats' case, if I don't know, the media, the mainstream media, if they want the mainstream media, the deep state mainstream media, representing the oil and the weapons and the military complex, that definitely will happen if they want, you know. A real leader emerges organically when he or she inspires confidence among the people and places the national interest above all else, Carlson insisted. Critics have accused Trump of being irredeemably selfish and a threat to the U.S., but his reaction to his brush with death is evidence to the contrary, the journalist claimed. But his reaction to his brush with death is evidence to the contrary. Trump has alleged that President Joe Biden stole the 2020 election, depriving the Republican of a second term. The Trump campaign has failed to prove those claims in court, although Carlson apparently alluded to that idea, as well as a perception that Biden is physically and mentally incapable of holding office for 4 more years. Biden endured a disastrous presidential television debate against Trump last month, often losing his train of thought and speaking incoherently. He is under intense pressure from within the Democratic Party to end his re-election bid and allow other candidates to be nominated next month. According to reports, Biden announced he is dropping out as soon as this weekend. Biden has maintained in public that he intends to run and that only God Almighty or newly found medical condition could force him out of the race. Yeah. Well, maybe Kamala Harris will not win. Well, this is another news. Look, Biden orders pulls on Harris, popularity ABC. Well, I will repeat again, the Democrats, just like Kamala Harris also, I don't know her. I have zero idea about her. She looks like a black woman. I like black woman. Personally, I love black woman. But my opinion, that's she's just like a deep state candidate. It's just like an Obama, you know. I will say that I also like black men. I have black men friends. I'm a Latin guy, you know. The question is, everybody knows Obama. They wanted to destroy 7 countries in 5 years. They destroyed Libya, Iraq, Syria because of democracy. Nobody believes in that narrative, you know. Nobody believes in. Everybody knows that this narrative of democracy. I'm here in Chile, in the end of the world, in the last country of the world, you know, the news is spread right here too. You know, everybody knows that. Everybody knows that. Maybe somebody in South America, they doesn't know the real. Yeah, there's a lot of people who admire the America and so on, but the truth is everybody knows that Americans, they just want oil. They just want war. And well, there's a lot of crazy people here in South America. But what politics said? What politics says is that a politician right here that, well, take Chilean president for an example. Gabriel Boric said he will finish neoliberalism. What about that? He promised in a campaign promise he will end neoliberalism. That's not happening, you know. He's now a friend of Biden and a Trudeau, the Canadian Prime Minister, Canadian neoliberal president. That's so hard, you know. Nobody will vote on him again, you know, right here in Chile, because everybody knows he's just neoliberal. What happened in France too, you know, everybody hates Macron. Anyway, so this Kamala Harris is just like a Biden, it's just like an Obama, it's just like a Trudeau, a Macron, etc. July 19th, 2024. Biden orders pull on Harris' popularity. ABC News. Reporters have suggested the president could end his re-election bid this weekend amid mounting party pressure. You're free, Tommy. Go away. U.S. Vice President Kamala Harris speaks during a campaign event at Resorts World Las Vegas on July 9. That's the photograph. U.S. President Joe Biden has commissioned a survey to get a clearer picture of Vice President Kamala Harris' popularity. ABC News has reported citing an anonymous senior administration official. The source reportedly told the outlet that despite putting on a brave face publicly, the 81-year-old Democrat has recently become more receptive to calls urging him to exit the presidential race ahead of the November 5 election. Questions as to whether Biden is fit for a second term have been overshadowing his campaign since the bungled a performance at last month's CNN-hosted debate against Republican frontrunner Donald Trump. During the event, the incumbent... That's Milu. Honestly, I don't know what Milu... Ah, Tommy! Aquí, Tommy! You know, I guess Milu is just only joking. There's no dog over there. Milu does that just because of he's boring. He pretends there's a dog over there. There's not a dog. Anyway, questions as to whether Biden is fit for a second term have been overshadowing his campaign since he bungled a performance at last month's CNN-hosted debate against Republican frontrunner Donald Trump. Oh, yesterday was a debate. I didn't knew that. I will search for this. last month. Yeah, was that debate was terrible. These two guys, these two American candidates, they are very unpolite. They talk about I don't know. They are very very well. The debate is very shallow. They are just fighting one another like a street fight. Anyway, there's a lot of hypocrisy in America. Every single American citizen, every single person in the world, they know that there are industrial complex military needing for war. That's the question. America need war. They have to create conflicts. Everybody knows that. Anyway, so nobody can speak clearly about that because that's absolutely immoral. That's just immoral, and that's why China already won. Because China don't want wars with anybody, and if they wanted, they will invade Taiwan. They are not doing that. Well, anyway, during the event 1 month ago, the incumbent repeatedly lost his train of thought, mixed up words and numbers, and struggled to finish his sentences. I will not blame Biden, because I can't speak very well neither. And well, I'm not so young neither. If you drink alcohol, if you smoke weed, things will get even worse. On Friday, if you are sedentary, if you don't eat, if you eat too much fat and sugar and salt, there's a lot of factors, about your cognitive capabilities. It's so hard to be bright. And there's astrology too. Depending on your sign, you will be faster or lower. You'll speak faster or lower. You will be smarter or stupid in expression. Anyway, on Friday, ABC News quoted an unnamed White House staffer as saying that the president is whipped and exhausted. They added that his recent COVID-19 diagnosis gives him a chance to bring people together, have conversations, and think while he recovers in Delaware. Biden canceled a campaign event in Las Vegas on Wednesday and self-isolated after he tested positive for the virus. Meanwhile, a poll conducted by the AP Center for Public Affairs research between July 11 and July 15 among 1,253 adults indicated that about 6 in 10 Democrats believe Harris will make a good president. 6 in 10. The question is, I guess she will be just as fake as Obama, She will be just as polite, this politeness is fakery. She's just representing the deep state. That's it. That's why Democrats are absolutely hypocritical. Yeah. However, among the general U.S. population, only 3 in 10 respondents view the current vice president as a good replacement for Biden, the survey suggested. I'm not against, yeah. So what Democrats do is, if you don't believe Kamala Harris will be a good president, they will say you are male chauvinist, you are racist. But anyway, or in the Biden case, you are you are discriminatory against aging people. Harris has publicly pledged loyalty to Biden, emerging as one of his staunchest defenders in recent weeks. According to the same IP North survey, at least 7 out of 10 respondents believe the incumbent should bow out on the race. Among Democrats, the figure is only slightly lower than 65%. The poll showed. In the wake of last month's disastrous debate, a number of high-ranking Democratic Party members and campaign donors have called on Biden not to seek a second term in office. Yet the veteran politician has been adamant in public that he is not dropping out, and is the best Democratic candidate to beat the GOP frontrunner. GOP is like, I don't know what's that. Yeah, GOP. However, on Thursday, Axios quoted unnamed friends and associates as suggesting that the president may end his campaign as soon as this weekend. And well, so yeah, Kamala Harris, I guess I have a feeling that American people, they are more male chauvinist than racist. What about that? This, I never been in America, but there's a lot of things we know, everybody knows about because of soft power. Everybody knows American football, and the rugby derivation, the rugby football, and there's a female American football that's very chauvinistic. They are very sexy, but I guess that will be impossible in many countries, because of feminism. You may say that those hot girls playing American football, they are feminists too. They are liberal feminists. But the matter of the fact, the matter of truth is they are exposing themselves. Nobody cares about the game, I guess. Everybody just look at them as sexy women. Yeah, now I am trying to find an article on. I will just read the latest Pepe Escobar's regular Twitter one. Look, the SEO can change the rules of Rimland. What of Rimland? Yeah, the so-called rules-based order is changing, and there is someone doing some rock and roll with it. Join us on Telegram. But I don't know where's the I know this, maybe it's this. Look, yeah, the so-called rules-based order. This is from Pepe Escobar from Strategic Culture Foundation. Besides BRICS Plus, which is actually the most important partner, we must consider the strategic asset of SEO. We should not be surprised by the non-coverage of the SEO summit in Astana, Kazakhstan in Western media, not only in the West but across Europe as well. First of all, because the collective West does not understand what the SEO is. The SEO was founded a few months before 9/11, and in fact, as the Shanghai Five was Russia, China, and Central Asian states, essentially an anti-terrorism, anti-separatist, anti-extremist organization. All these years have they developed as an economic operation organization, and now they are one of the key nodes of the multipolar and multinodal world. Different nodes, they are interconnected, and this was more than clear at the summit in Astana. There were the 9 members of the SCO, which include, by the way, India, Pakistan, and Iran, and the 10 Belarus. So now we celebrate the SCO 10. This is very, very important because we have on the same table Russia, China, India, Pakistan, Iran, Belarus, and 4 Central Asian states. Yeah. So the SCO, I thought it was a new brick. Yeah, it's like a bricks. I would say that's a more reliable. The SCO is a more reliable bricks because I was living in Brazil, and Brazil is a very, well, you say is a free society, a liberal society, but my opinion, authoritarianism is better. If you take China and Russia, they are better than. I was never in Russia or China, you know. I saw maybe ChatGPT answer me. I asked about suicide, and Russia has a very high level of suicide. Kazakhstan too, but ChatGPT, I don't know about ChatGPT, you know. It's too liberal too. ChatGPT is like globalist too. Well, that's it. It was just Russia today, and well, I'm going to do my yoga. There's a new video on Daniel Jadue, the unfortunate Chilean politician. He's been 2 months imprisoned. Daniel Jadue is in prison in Chile. Free Daniel Jadue. He's the only hope for Chile.
Todas las organizaciones que le dan vida.
Además, hemos bajado la deuda flotante municipal de los 3.416 millones a 486 a 2.103.830 mil, o sea, a 2.103.830 millones. ¿Por qué digo esto? Porque es bien relevante plantear que la deuda se reduce casi al 60%, pero que respecto de los ingresos, antes era 18%, hoy día la deuda flotante del municipio solo representa un 5% de los ingresos. Por lo tanto, hay un avance significativo en el buen manejo financiero de la municipalidad. Aquí además voy a darme un lujito pequeño. Nosotros no tenemos ni una deuda, ni de cotizaciones previsionales, ni de ninguna ley social, ni en salud, ni en educación. Y esto, Paulina les puede decir, no es muy común. Paulina nos cuenta que 61 comunas deben cotizaciones. Bueno, Recoleta, que no es una comuna rica, no debe cotizaciones previsionales, pero además, aquí hay un dato adicional que les puedo contar. Cuando nosotros llegamos, recibimos un municipio en donde este edificio maravilloso se estaba inaugurando hace muy pocos meses. De hecho, siempre lo digo, ¿no? Este edificio lo diseñó Gonzalo Cornejo, lo construyó Sol Letelier y este huevito lo vino a ocupar. Yo creo que es lo que más le ha dolido, porque el edificio es muy bueno. Pero la gracia es que este edificio lo construyeron sin poner un peso. Y nos dejaron con un leaseback de UF más 6,9% contratado con el Banco Santander, que lo pagamos íntegro nosotros. O sea, cuando yo a esta deuda le sumo la deuda del edificio, esta deuda sube a casi 15.000 millones de pesos y hoy día no debemos ninguna cuota, lo terminamos de pagar hace 2 años y por lo tanto este edificio hoy día es completamente nuestro.
And now it's time for Tommy Jadue again. Tommy Jadue. Tommy will be in prison for trying to take drugs away from Chilean people. Chileans will hate you, Tommy. Chileans love their drugs. That's the only thing they care about. the drugs and the alcohol and giving away, throwing away to the garbage lithium and copper. Yes, this is the country where your copper and lithium came from. People just care about drugs. Yeah, how to, what is Chile in the global economy? The country where the world take copper and lithium from, and in the same I'm not sure about if they are the same ships, but they definitely they bring a lot of cocaine. They bring a lot of cocaine to Chile. So, well, in the future, liberalism, Chilean economy, definitely they should exchange copper for cocaine. Copper for cocaine. What about that? Well, that will be a great headline for this video. Nah, I don't remember. Yeah, this video will be Tucker Carlson won a job in Fox News. Tucker Carlson stole my idea. No, just kidding. No, but Tucker Carlson is just what Tucker Carlson said, that even if Biden, just like it was this very period in office, this very, Biden is not being a president, it's just being a, well, any Democrat, any Democrat is not a president, it's just a muppet.